Hi, I'm Mike Bray with the IS Training and Communications Group, and if you're new here, I'm pleased to welcome you to Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. And of course, being new here, you've got a lot of things to do. No doubt you've got a long list with a lot of stuff to do on it. And up here near the top of that list somewhere is going to be some CHEX online computer-based training that you're going to need to finish in the next few days. So I'm here to show you how to get to and through your CHEX training as quickly as possible. Now I've got the CHEX system open on my computer monitor right here. Come on over and let's take a look. And as with most things related to CHEX, we will begin right here on the CW.org homepage. Now, as a new employee to CHLA, there will be a number of CHEX courses that you will need to enroll in and complete in your first several days here. So we've tried to simplify the process as much as possible for you. So rather than using the regular CHEX link right here off of the main page of CW.org to access CHEX, we're going to ask you instead to scroll down to the bottom of this page. On the right-hand side, you will find a link to the IS Training Resources website. Go ahead and click on that link, and that will open up in a new browser window. And once that comes up, I will move that onto the screen so we can see a little better. And here on the Training and Communications website, on the right-hand side again is a whole section for new employees. And the first two links in this section are CHEX enrollment links, one for new employees who are non-supervisors, and another link for new employees who are supervisors or managers. So just determine which one of these applies to you and click on that link. And that will bring you to the CHEX login page. Now hopefully most of you are familiar with how to log into CHEX, but I'll review the process here very briefly. There are two fields, one name and one password. And we use a convention for each one of these fields. So in the name field, you're going to begin by typing the capital letters CHL. It's important to note here that all of the login information on this page is case sensitive. So be sure that you're typing capital C, capital H, capital L, followed by the 6-digit employee ID number that's been assigned to you. In the password field, you're going to type your last name, again using proper casing, and be sure to include any spaces, any hyphens that you may have in your last name, however that your last name would appear in your employee record or on your pay stub. That's exactly the way that you'll want to enter it here into the password field. So once you've got both those pieces of information entered, just click the login button. And because we clicked on those links, those special enrollment links on the training website, it's going to bring us straight to the registration page for the curriculum that we clicked or that we selected to enroll in. So just confirm here very quickly, confirm that this is the correct curriculum, in this case the one for non-supervisor employees, and before you do anything else, go ahead and click on the register button. Now once you do that, that should bring you to a confirmation page, which is all well and good. And here's a button here that says return to my to-do list. This is where you will click. This will bring you to a very handy page. This is the CHEX My To-Do list. On this list, this shows you all of the CHEX courseware that you have registered for but you have not yet completed. So this is a great place to come just to keep track of your training progress in CHEX and to actually find and launch the course materials to complete them as you work your way through the course materials. Now you notice that we've just signed up for one item here. This is the non-supervisor new hire core curriculum. To see the details of this curriculum, we just simply click on the hyperlink in the name column. That will bring us to, again, that details page that we were looking at previously. But we'll take some time to look at it here very briefly. You can see a description of the curriculum and all of the courses that are included in it. It also includes some information on the assessment requirements and the passing rates that are required. And if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you will find a list of all of the courses that are included in this curriculum that must be completed in order to complete this curriculum. Now each one of these courses is required. That's indicated by this little red flag next to the title of each one of these courses. That indicates that these are required. And also this page will display the status. The first time you come to this page, there will be no status, as there is on most of these records. But as you work your way through the material, in my case, because of the account that I'm using, my status on a couple of these items says withdrawn. But you will see that you are in progress for some of the courseware that you haven't completed. It'll display here and show you where you are. Now all of these hyperlinks are clickable, and you can do these in any order. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Promoting Patient Safety. Now that will bring me to a description of the course for the patient safety course. So I can review this information and then launch the material by clicking on the Launch a Course button. And that will open up my course in a new window. And you notice that the main window, I'm going to move this out of the way just a little bit, that the main window is still here. It's got a little message on here indicating that your course is opened up in a new window. You must make sure that you're using a computer and a browser that don't have pop-up blockers enabled. You may get a message asking you to disable those pop-up blockers, but eventually your course will open, and you just simply use the navigation features. Here on the left hand side there's a next and a previous button, and additionally there are navigational hyperlinks in the outline. So you just work your way through the courseware at your own pace. And at the point in time that you feel that you are comfortable with the material, you would simply exit the courseware by using the red X here at the top of the screen. Interestingly enough, some of the courseware that we use looks a little bit different, and you exit it using a blue X at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So just look for the exit or the close buttons, either a red X at the top right or a blue X at the bottom right of the screen. So when you're done with that course or done reviewing the material, go ahead and click on that X button, and then you will be prompted to take your test or survey. You see the main window down here has a little yellow button that says Take Test or Survey. You just simply click on that. You may get this indication here, this message indicating that a browser window is trying to close. Just click Yes, and that will bring you to the launch screen. Some screens will have some descriptive information here about the assessment that you're going to take. Others won't. In either case, just click the Start Test or Survey button, and that will bring you right into the survey. Some surveys, or some tests, excuse me, have multiple questions per page. Others just have one question per page. However it may display, just simply work your way through the assessment material by responding to the questions and then clicking on the previous or next buttons, typically next. And please don't adjudicate me. I am not paying any attention to what I am responding here. I'm not really reading and responding. I'm just clicking whatever. So work your way all the way through the course material. You can leave at any time by clicking on the Save and Leave Unfinished link. It will give you a confirmation that you are not yet finished. Click OK. And when you return to your to-do list, you will notice that that test has now been added to your to-do list, and it is in progress, as is, by the way, the course. You notice the course is here on your to-do list as well. Even though you may have completely reviewed the course, it remains on your to-do list until the associated assessment has been completed and passed. So you would simply return to your to-do list and use the navigation links here on your to-do list to continue with your assessment and continue working through all of the courseware or all of the courses that are in your new hire core curriculum. Now, some of you, depending on where you work, you may get lists of additional courseware to do that's not included on the new hire core curriculum. In fact, I'll go ahead and bring up an example of what some of that might look like. Here's some additional required material for PCS. So you may be required to go out and find additional CHEX courses to complete. And if you have a list of additional material to work with, I'll show you how to find this material in CHEX. In fact, I've highlighted one that might serve as a good example for us to look at here under the PCS required courses is Caring for a Child with a Tracheostomy, version 1.0b. I will show you how to find and that course and how to register for that course in the CHEX system. I'm going to minimize this Word document and get returned back to the CHEX window here. In the upper left hand corner of just about every CHEX page is a search box. And what you will do is simply having that list of courses that you need to complete, you'll work your way through that list and you'll find the courses in CHEX by searching for just keywords, typically in the title. So I will search for tracheostomy here by typing that into the search box and clicking on search. And CHEX will go out and find all of the courses that have the word tracheostomy either in the title or somewhere in the description or somewhere in the keywords for the course. So I'll scroll down the page and you see it's found a few different courses. And I chose this just to bring up the example that when you search for courses in CHEX, just be very careful to read very carefully. I'm going to go ahead and bring back up our required list here. Make sure that you are finding the version that matches the requirements that your manager or supervisor may be asking you to complete. I'll go ahead and minimize that again. And you'll see right here is the Caring for a Child with a Tracheostomy version 1.0b. So you would simply find that on the search results page and launch that coursework or launch that course. And it should open up in a new window just like the previous course. And you would complete this course in the same manner. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this and go back to the previous screen. And you'll notice when I get to my to-do list, it should have added that additional course. In fact, it brought me back to the search results, so I'm going to click on my to-do list. And because I launched that course, it should now be added to my to-do list. So here's the tracheostomy material that we just added. So once you are completed with all of your CHEX training, you will use this little green log off button in the upper right hand corner. It's important that you remember to log out of your CHEX session when you're finished working on your courseware, so that nobody might come along behind you and begin working in your CHEX account with them thinking that they are working on their own CHEX account. So just be sure that you log out of the CHEX system when you are finished. So there you have a quick overview of the CHEX online learning management system. Of course, if you get stuck or you have questions, a good place to start is always the IS Training Resources website. That's right off of cw.org. It's the little button in the bottom right-hand side. And if you need assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, contact the IS Service Desk at extension 14444.